Hi, welcome to our first episode of Looking Back. This is our video feature where we're going to take a look back at some older games that kind of relate to some of our new releases, or maybe just during our downtime looking at some games that we think are just awesome. So today we're looking at Max Payne to celebrate the release of Max Payne 3. And we're looking at Max Payne 1. We're going to look at both here real shortly, so check back for that video soon. But yeah, this is Max Payne 1, kind of noir detective story, heavily inspired by the Matrix with some of this slow motion diving action here. Tells the tragic story of Max Payne, and his wife and child were murdered, and yeah, basically this is Max working undercover for the mob, and he gets found out, and it all ties into the death of his family. And I don't want to give away too much, and I'm not going to let you see a whole lot of these cutscenes, because if you haven't played this game, you definitely should. Both Max Payne 1 and 2 are fantastic games. I can't really decide which one is my favorite. I think Max Payne 2 has a lot of better things, just being a newer game. Like, the action was better and all that, but Max Payne 1, just longer game, so a little better just by having more content. But
I went for the hotel.
Both really hard games. I'm playing the PC version. Beating this game without using cheat codes was one of my greatest accomplishments, I think. Just it gets really hard, and you'll probably see this a couple times in the video. I will probably bite it more than once, but I'm going to try really hard not to. But we're actually going to jump right into one of our first gunfights of many. This game is just straight action all the time, just heavily inspired by the Matrix. Unfortunately, I didn't show you one of the bigger slow motion scenes that just happened, but yeah, see right away that guy just took down a lot of my health with one shot. This game keeps you on your toes. Yeah, just like that. So I was a little distracted. Let me just try this again. Just gotta always be moving and use the slow motion. And generally when you clear a room, like during an important fight, they'll give you these little slow motion death scenes.
A letter on the desk caught my eye.
And here's some painkillers, which are your health, which is fantastic. I just love the sound when you pick these up and use them, which I'll do both right here. Yeah, just the crunching of pills. There's always little icons that kind of show you what you can interact with, and you get a little more of the story, and just a lot of this great voiceover, and it's really what makes this game so great. You know what, we're just going to create a hard save right here, which I recommend doing quite a bit. This game gets really difficult. Yeah, see, again, just a well-timed shot as I was shooting those guys. I don't even know how we got that off, but that's all it really takes. So let's make sure I got everything here. You can interact with the environments and, you know, things like that. There's little switches all over the place. This is still pretty early on in the game. It's like chapter 2 of part 1 of the game. There are 3 parts. The first Max Payne is actually fairly long. There's little hints of story going on all over the place. Yeah, I'm sorry. Right there, I should actually let you play this one.
The mayor stated that Valkyr represents a clear danger to New York.
Valkyr, it's a big part of the story here. It's a drug. It's kind of like crack on steroids, so try figuring that out.
Worsens with the murder of DEA Special Agent Alex
But yeah, essentially Max Payne's been framed for murder and trying to clear his innocence. And that just leads into a whole lot of conspiracy stuff involving the death of his family. It gets pretty crazy. Max Payne is a dark story. I mean, the game opens with the murder of his family. And it only gets worse. Max Payne 2, we'll get more to that when we get there, but just kind of introduces some new. It's a different point in his life, and it sounds like they're going that same way with Max Payne 3. One thing I love about Max Payne 3 is they're adding that he's now addicted to painkillers after using them in the first 2 games for his health. It's just kind of a great little concept that they did there. I really enjoy that.
Lords and Lady Amelia.
Yeah, but a lot of playing this game is just kind of a repetition. You just gotta, you will die a lot. You gotta create a lot of saves. Unfortunately, the PC version, I think is the only version that lets you hard save. The Xbox version might as well. The PS2 version, however, which just came out on the PlayStation Network, does not allow you to hard save. It checkpoints quite often, so it's not too bad, and it's also a little easier. But, this is a funny little thing. All over on TV, there's like these shows, like a soap opera, My Lords and Ladies, and they're just really funny. You can sit there and watch them, but you should do that on your own time. It's kind of a funny correlation between Remedy, the company that developed this game.
I had to be careful.
Their other game, Alan Wake, has a lot of that same kind of stuff, just a little more to the extreme, and I think a lot more well done. And there's a lot of other similarities between this and Alan Wake. Just the character models, the way they move, they're kind of similar, and the way you interact with items almost looks the same. Oh yeah, see, that guy just kind of came out of nowhere. You really gotta pay attention. They have no problem with just throwing random bad guys at you. And unfortunately, unlike stormtroopers, they are extremely accurate. So just gotta be careful. A lot of slow motion diving will save your life. A lot of running backwards. Things like that. Knowing how to use the slow motion is very important. You can be left for dead if you land the wrong way. You won't have enough time to react, and they'll just gun you down. But you know, you just play it a lot, and you get used to it, and you know how to use it to its full advantage. Should always be checking around for painkillers because you always need them. You can carry 8. I have 6 currently. Yeah. I love the voice work in this game. Max Payne's voice is one of those iconic video game voices to me in the way that like Solid Snake is. Like when I think of current generation voices, it's Max Payne and Solid Snake for me. Like there are a lot more that come to mind, but just some of my favorite games and favorite characters, and those voices just really stick with you. Especially you hear so much of them, and like Max Payne and Metal Gear games, there's a lot of cutscenes, obviously. Yeah, just as you can see, a lot of crazy gunfights. You gotta be ready to tap your painkillers right away, which is something I think won't be as easy to do in Max Payne 3, but I have a feeling that game will be a little easier than what this game was back when it came out in 2001 originally. Oh! Yeah, and
received a letter.
Again, they'll throw some traps at you. A little shotgun on a wire there. It just... Max Payne's face. They improved the look of Max Payne between 1 and 2, but I love that ugly mug of his. Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of games that try to come close to the action that Max Payne has. Wet is one of the most recent examples. Dead to Right's probably the most prominent. This junkie's trying to kill me. I mean, Dead to Rights was pretty good games as well. I really liked the first one when it came out. The second one I never played. There was a new one a couple years ago or a year ago. I can't remember exactly when it came out. Retribution, Dead to Rights Retribution. That was a pretty good one. It wasn't a Max Payne ripoff as much as the first one was. As you can see, I'm mostly sticking with the shotgun. It's, in my opinion, the best weapon in a pinch. I also like the dual Berettas just because I love being all fucking John Woo and just diving with 2 guns blazing. The only thing I need is some doves.
The hooker had left her diary on the table.
Just... one thing that's nice about the game is they give you the option, if you just hit F1 on the PC version, you can just go through and watch all the cutscenes from start to finish if you want, all the comic book stuff. Which, you know what, totally worth it after you beat the game. That's where a majority of the story is relayed, and it's fantastic. This is funny, hooker making pornographic films, you can watch what she's doing. Yeah, you always just gotta be cautious when walking through doors. You never know when there's gonna be guys popping out, unless you're like me and you've played this like a million times. We'll John Woo this a little bit. You're just gonna be running backwards quite a bit, if you want to stay alive, anyway. Yeah, it's actually a pretty long game. I look forward to seeing what Max Payne 3 brings. I just hope it's not too short. Max Payne 2 was a lot shorter than the first game, and I felt like it really hit a really good story, and it's such a shame they couldn't drag it out, but I mean, I can't even pick one I would rather play. I love them both. I'm just gonna create another hard save here. You should always be doing that. I've been playing a little recklessly here, because I'm mostly just showing the game. I probably would have saved a lot more if I was playing a little more seriously. You just always got to make sure you're collecting stuff. And we're just gonna... Oh. Yeah, I saw that bullet. It's also a totally legitimate way. Just keep ducking in and out of the doorways. You got a little melee weapon here. I never use it except sometimes to bust open boxes for ammo. Otherwise, there's no use in it. There is one point in the game where you're forced to use a melee, and it's way later when the game just gets incredibly punishing sometimes. When I actually was going through beating this game, just a lot of saving. It gets to the point where almost every other room I'm saving my game just so I don't
Exhibit number 1,
screw it
newspaper.
up. But I mean, that may sound like a turnoff to the game,
A
but
dead man
I
tied to a
mean,
chair
I like a
lay on the boiler
challenge.
room floor.
Captain Baseball Bat Boy has
This is a funny little gimmick that
superhero death matches.
is present throughout the whole series. Captain Baseball Bat Boy. It's just this funny little cartoon comic that plays a little bigger role in Max Payne 2. But I won't spoil that. You should definitely just go check it out. I know there's going to be some guys up here, so... Sometimes the best way is to just charge these guys. Sometimes I feel like I'm playing a little recklessly, but at the same time, it's like, that's what you gotta do. Just gotta stay on your toes and be ready to just start lighting them up. Always gotta get your painkillers. We'll probably play a little more of this and then move on to Max Payne 2. I love these slow motion kills. Just add a little more. One thing that's great when you get a sniper rifle is if you snipe a guy,
there was a key on the table.
It'll follow the bullet until it enters whoever you're shooting.
It was dirty
key's
money.
about the size of my head.
The transparent cylinders glowed green, full of Valkyr.
Oh look, the ooze from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. That's actually the Valkyr drug. In the movie they made it blue. I don't know why they make small changes like that. I can't really recommend the movie. It's got some decent scenes, but overall pretty bad. Just horrible casting. You can probably find a million things on the internet about it. I would like them to take another crack at the movie, because the way this game tells a story, there should be no reason why they can't put together a decent movie of this game. It's almost begs for it. Alright. We're going to see if we get through this room. If not, then we might call it here.
Murder each other. They step into the next room, and I'm thinking, now they're gonna do it.
Like how of course they have to make a video game reference, because it's a video game.
They sit down in front of a TV and solve their differences with the kung fu fighting video game. I tell you, Candy, I was so depressed, I strangled them both.
Would have been better if it was a gun video game.
Oh, Rico, you're so bad.
She doesn't look like a Candy.
Rico Muerte, big-time hustler.
Who the hell?
It's that cop.
Muerte
This may be a
knows
little too old for all your eyes. Of course he went for his gun. He just ruined his good time. Just unload him. You'll see some of these people can take more bullets than anyone should ever be able to. Oh, where was I even getting shot from? Oh, okay. Yeah, you just, again, stay on your toes. But I think that's what we're going to call it. This is Max Payne, and check back real soon for Max Payne 2. Alright, thanks for watching.